I thought I had everything figured out, but now I am stuck. I had gone over it again and again, but I just can't seem to find the answer. I know it's there. I can feel it. But where? Where did I go wrong? It all started here. So someone sent me this problem, Hosam and combinatorics, that came in code force round 837 division 2. Basically, we had an array A of n positive integers, and we are asked to find the number of interesting pairs AIAJ. Now, how to decide which are the interesting pairs? So there are three rules. Firstly, like I comma j should be a valid pair of indices. I should not be equal to j, and lastly, the absolute difference ai minus aj, that should be equal to the maximum absolute difference overall pairs in the array, or like modulus of ai minus aj should be equal to max of modulus of ap minus aq, where p and q are also like the indices in the array. For example, if we take here like the first sample test case here, we can see that it's explained. The first pair can be Hosam chooses the fourth number 8 and Hesam chooses the fifth number 1. So the difference is 7 here. And the second pair can be if Hosam chooses the fifth number 1 and Hesam chooses the fourth number 8. Here the difference is minus 7, but the absolute value is 7. So yeah, like that is the maximum possible difference. And for the second one, there are 4 pairs as explained here. Now I have written the code like something like this. Initially, like I have taken the test cases, and then I have taken the input n and made a vector. Then I've taken the input array or like vector here. Then I've sorted them, and what I've done is like you can see we basically have to find the maximum absolute difference. So basically this can be derived from the difference of the smallest number and the largest number. That means like we have to first of all find the count of the smallest number, and then have to find the count of the largest number, and what you can do is we can multiply them together and also multiply by 2, because here you can see like 8 1 is a valid pair as well as 1 8 is a valid pair, so we can have it in both ways. That's why we will be multiplying by 2. So that's what I have done here. I have taken count of minimum number to be 0, count of maximum number to be 0, and initialize type is 0. Then I have found the count of minimum numbers, then I found the count of maximum numbers, and finally gave the result as count min star multiplied by count max multiplied by 2. Now if I run this problem using this example, let's see what happens. Okay, damn, so it's again a segmentation fault. That means a runtime error. Now how can you solve the runtime error? Okay, so one method that is coming to my mind is like we can comment out the various segments and see like which segment actually has the problem, because since it's a runtime error, so you have to first of all find like which part of the code is giving me the problem. So let's first of all comment the whole thing, and let's just check like whether it's running properly or not. So yeah, it's running properly, so of course the remaining part shouldn't have any problem. I just checked though. Now let's just comment out this part. Now if I check, okay, let's give the number of cases is 2, and yeah, it's going fine. Means up to this is still fine. Let's uncomment this part, these 3 lines. I hope this will still work. Let's check 2, then 1 2. Okay, that's still working perfectly. Now let's uncomment this part. Let's see like if this part has the problem or not. Now I can give the whole input. Yeah, so this part is also working perfectly. There is no runtime error. Now let's uncomment this line and see whether the problem lies here. Okay, so the segmentation fault is coming from this line. Now I have to check. Oh damn, it should be v dot begin comma v dot end and not the reverse. Shit, that's a silly mistake. So I guess that was the reason why I was getting the segmentation fault. Let's fix this and uncomment the whole thing. Now let's check whether still I'm getting a runtime error or not. Okay, so yeah, the runtime error is gone. Finally, I've solved this problem. Now, runtime error can come from other scenarios also, like whenever we are trying to access some invalid locations, like the size of array is and we are trying to access indices n plus 1, n plus 2, and so on, or some negative indices. The other cases can be like if we are trying to divide by 0, or like some infinite loop is going on. So these are some various cases where runtime error might come, or like we might get segmentation fault. But here as I don't think like there is no such, I don't think there is any case like that here. So let's check the answer now. uh, okay, it's 2 and 4 here. Shit, the answer is not matching. Again, I encountered another problem. How can I fix it? Let's first find out where is the problem. Why is the answer coming to be 0? How can I do that? Okay, let's use the method of like debugging through print statements. Let's print out the value of the variable so that I can see actually where the variables are changing, like how the variables are changing. Uh, let's see, like at the end, what are the values of count min and count max? This will give me the idea like why it is coming to be 0. Count max. Now let's just go with a single one. Here 1. Okay, count min is 1 but count max is 0. Why is that so? Didn't it sort the vector properly? Let's find out the vector after sorting. For cout v of I. Okay, the vector is sorted properly, 1 2 3 6 8. Still it's not coming here. Why is it not counting the count max properly? And something is wrong here. Let's check. Why is it so? Let's print I here, and then we'll understand like why is it not counting properly. And you can remove this part because this is perfect. And yeah, so that's fine. Oh, I printed the wrong thing. Wait, I need to copy it again. Okay, so it's not even going into the loop. Why? Why it's not going inside? Let's print I here. Okay, so the value of I is 1 here. That's why I'm starting the check from vi, that is from index 1, and then I'm just, that is not matching with the last one, and that's why it is not even going inside the loop. That means there's the mistake. I need to reinitialize I to n minus 1 here. Thank God. Let's see, I hope now this should work. Let me just comment out these steps. I hope this time I get the correct answer. Yeah, it's 2. Let's check the whole thing. Yeah, 2 and 4. So finally this method worked, and now I am getting the correct answers. So basically like let's see what I've done. I basically used the print statements, that is the cout statements, to check the values of variables at various points in the code. Like here I'm checking how the variables are changing, whether the values of the variables are the ones that we are expecting. So here I found that like I expected the value of I to be n minus 1 after initialization, but later on I found that like it was not initialized, and so this had a totally different value, and that's why I got the wrong answer. Now let's just check it by submitting. Okay, it's taking a bit of time. Ah, yes. So here it is. Let's check it. Oh damn, it's the wrong answer on test 3. Now what can I do? How to do it now? Till now I at least had those test cases where I could check. Like I knew the test case where it was failing. That's why I could use this debugging method using print statements. That method only works if I have the test cases as well as their expected output, as in here. But now I don't even have them. How to solve now? I don't know where it is failing. Probably some edge case. I guess it's failing in some edge cases. So I have to think how to find like which are the edge cases here. What can be the possible edge cases? Oh yeah, I remember that there are some common edge cases. Let's see what are those. Let's take a look. Okay, so the common edge cases can be like, for finding the common edge cases we should check for the minimum and maximum values of input. That's the most important thing. Okay, and then the next one is we should check with equal numbers. Like if there is an array, then what if the array has all equal numbers? Then we should check with increasing or decreasing sequence. That is, the array is in increasing or decreasing fashion. Then consecutive numbers. Then if all the numbers are even or odd, or like in general. Okay, so we have to make some pattern and test with them. We should not take random numbers while making the edge cases. So these are some common methods, but now let's think which one to apply here. um what about this one? Let's see. Shall we check with equal numbers? Let's take one example and try it out. If suppose I have an array of size 3 and all the numbers are 2 2 2. Okay, it's going to be 18, but shall it be 18? Let's see. Now I can take any two numbers and make their pairs. So in total there will be how many pairs? This, then this, and this one, and multiplied by 2. So in total there will be 6 pairs actually. But here it's 18. Okay, so this is where it is failing. Now I got it. Where it's failing, let me show you. Let's check it. If I print here cout count mean and then use the same test case, so both are coming to be 3 and 3, and that's why we are multiplying 3 by 3 and again multiplying by 2, and it's coming to 18. But that should not happen here. Rather here I should take it like from these 3 numbers, in how many ways I can take 2. That is like if there are n numbers, then there are total nc2 ways, and then we need to multiply that by 2. So basically n into n minus 1, that is the result for this. So here 3 into 3 minus 1, that is 3 into 2, that is 6. Yes, that is matching. I hope you got it. Like here, since all the numbers are same, so you have to take it like in the form of like NC2, and that will multiply by 2 as usual, like this. So let's write the edge case here. So after sorting, if I find that all the numbers are equal, if all the numbers are equal, that means the first and last numbers are equal. So v is equal equals vn minus 1. In that case, we'll print cout n star n minus 1. That's all, and we'll just continue from here. So I hope it should work fine now. Let's see. Yeah, it's fine. So let's submit it. I hope now this time it will get accepted. Let's see. Well, let me remove all these things. Okay, again it's wrong answer on test 24. That means, yeah, one of the edge cases passed, but still there is some mistake here. Now, how to find that? Okay, let's see like if it's failing for some other edge cases. Okay, so we didn't think about this one. So let's think whether like if it can fail here or not. So we take the minimum and maximum values of input. So what are the minimum and maximum values? Here n can be from 2 to 10 to the power 5. Okay, so if suppose n is 10 to the power 5 and there are only there's only a single number in the array, like all the numbers are same, like 2 to 2 to 2 to 2 and so on. So it will be like 10 to the power 5 into 10 to the power 5 minus 1. 10 to the power 5 into 10 to the power 5 minus 1. That will be in the long range, right? So, or long range. Whether, yeah, n is long, so that's fine. Now if suppose the array consists of numbers like firstly there are few ones, 1 and then the remaining are twos, and still there are 10 to the 5 numbers. So I guess that should be again, that should again go in the long range or long range. So here for this, oh damn, here I've used int. That's why I guess there is some integer overflow issues. So this is also one major reason why runtime error occurs. So let's fix it. Let's use long here, long, and let's submit it now. This time it should work fine. Finally it's accepted after so many attempts, after so many struggles. But wait, what if we couldn't find the edge case? What I would have done in that case? That's an issue, right? um like there are many scenarios where we can't find the edge case, and like even if we find one or two edge cases, still we see that like the code is failing, and we we are still clueless about that. Now in that case, okay, so there's one method which is known as stress testing that helps us. Let's take a look at that. First of all, we have to change the editor layout. We have to make two columns actually, and here let's open my debugging one. Sorry, not this. Yeah. So basically, what happens in stress testing is that we have two codes, one correct code that we obtain from somewhere, and another incorrect code that is our current code which needs to be fixed. So like during a contest, what we can do is like we can do some brute force method to generate the correct code. The brute force method might have a worse time complexity, but that's still fine. At least for testing we can use that. uh, and after the contest, you can either use the official solution or you can ask any of your friend to give his or her solution, and we can test our solution with that. So here we basically pass the same input to both the correct and incorrect solutions, and then if at any point for some input we see that the result are not same, that means we found a test case where it is failing. Earlier what was happening was that like we don't have any test case, we are not having any test cases, so we couldn't find, means we couldn't check any further. That's why we use this method of finding some edge cases. So these are some common methods for finding edge cases, but still if we like this method is also like not working, like we need some more, then we can use this. In this way, like we will be feeding with random inputs, and then from those random inputs, if at any point we see that the answer is not matching for any one input, then we'll simply output that input. We'll have that test case, and then we can further use the test case using our old methods, like we can use that debugging using print statements or whatsoever. Like we can use our old methods to further solve the question. So let's for this, let's have this file here, output.txt. Okay, this should be here, and here we should have the debug file also. Yeah, here. So this is a correct code actually. This is from one of my friend. Let's take it here. Let me put it in the correct function. Here we'll be passing the main arguments, that is the input, that is n and vector ln. What's the name of vector here? Error. So I'll just name it error. So that's fine. And here I will have the same input like ln and vector ln. I was using the name v, so yeah, that is v for me. Now I'll copy my code from there to here. So here this is basically when we are taking input from the user, but as now those are already in the arguments of the function, we don't need that, we just need this part. I'll just copy paste here. Let's put it properly. Wait. Now here since it's a function, we need to actually return it. We won't be outputting anything here, like we won't be printing anything here, we'll just return them. And here also I'll return it, return, and then here also it will be removed. So yeah, these two functions are done. So this is a correct code that I got from my friend, and this is my current code, and let's make it a bit incorrect. Here while adding the edge case, well, means for the edge case what I did was like I added this segment. If v0 equal to vn minus 1, then see out this. So I'll just remove this so that I can just test my stress testing method. So I'll remove this actually. And now this is incorrect, of course, as you know. This will fail for an edge case. The edge case is like all the elements in the array are same. Now here in the int main function, let's see what is happening. So this is basically the input method from files, and then this is done for randomization. Then here int equal to 1000 means I'll check for 1000 test cases. This loop will run 1000 times. 1000 times random input will be generated, and those will be fed to the correct and solve function. And every time it will be checked whether the two answers that we are getting are same or not. If they are same, that's fine. But if they are not same, that means this is a test case where this code is failing, and so I will just output that thing. So let's see here what is the range first. Okay, so the range for n is 2 to 10 to the power 5, and for AI it is from 1 to 10 to the power 5. But since it's a long range, it's actually difficult to do with this while we are using randomization. For randomization, it is always advised that we should use a smaller segment. So here I will just write it n as rand modulo. Let's take up to 10 only. 10 and then plus 2. Why plus 2? Because yeah, the initial value is 2, so I'm just adding 2 here. And then I'll just create a vector of that size, vector ln v of that size, and then I will just also create the vector randomly. So v of I will be equal to rand modulo 10, and since the starting value is 1, so I have added 1 here. And now I'll pass on these values n comma v and comma v. Now if you're thinking like how is this randomization thing being done, then if you want to know this, then let me know in the comments. I'll show the method in a separate video. So I'll just output the things here also, cout n, and for till n I will output for cout vi. So that's all for this. Now let's just run this and see if we can find a test case. Okay, so we got one magically. It's actually not a magic, it's just the stress testing method. So like the array size is 2 and the array is having 6 and 6. That is like an array having all the elements as same. That's what we had in edge case, right? The edge case for us was also the same only, like all the values will be same. If the correct answer is 2 and my answer is 16. Now if I again run this, I might get a different one. Yeah, you can see the values are changed, but the answers are still same. Anyways, like this will be changed every time depending on the input and all. So what we can do is like we can use this test case now and our previous methods that we have already done to further debug like where is the actual mistake. Like here we found that this part we need to add here, so we can use this method to further do the same thing. So also like here let me just check it again. So basically the correct function is having the correct perfect code that will give the correct answer always, and while we are in between a contest, we can just use a brute force method. Even though brute force has a core time complexity, and it will take much more time, but still, since the input range is smaller here, for stress testing we generally take a small input size, so it will work fine. And after the contest, we can of course use the solutions from our friends, or like we can use the official solutions. And here we will have the incorrect solutions, and then here we are just randomly generating the inputs. Now we can change this range for the input depending on our requirements. And like if we see that for this small range we are not getting any proper test case, then we can just change the input size. We can increase the size, or we can just change the whole range. Means we can tweak it as per our needs. So I guess I have discussed, means I have thought about all the possible methods, all the commonly available methods. We are failing on our question, but now we have passed it, we have made it accepted. So I guess that's all for now. Thank you.